site on location here at Heritage Hill, and we appreciate you for hanging out with us. For those of you that are on site, those of you that are on the stream on youtube.com and facebook.com, both /WakeUpCallDT, and on WakeUpCallDT.com. So you know that this is the home for our CNS shows, and we are going to break the rules a little bit and bring in some Liverpool here. So I do want to give a shout out and show love to everybody that's sitting next to me. First and foremost, how do you think the other student athletes did? Anybody can answer that. How do you think they did? You think they did all right?
Yeah.
The ones that are up here?
Yeah.
They did okay?
Yeah.
All right, okay. So we're going to go down the line like we do. And first and foremost, I'm going to give a shout out to two alum that we have. I can't believe y'all are alum already of CNS. So we have Madison Brefka, flag football and field hockey, who's at Mercy, heading off to Mercy. Please give Madison a round of applause. Shows her up. We also have Nicole Mirra, Lacrosse 2023 alum, who is at SNU, Southern New Hampshire. Please give her some love here. Give her a round of applause here for Nicole. And we have our secret agent who's here tonight, coming from Liverpool, Madelyn Devendorf, who is here with us. Please give her a round of applause as well for Madelyn. Madelyn coming to us from Liverpool Athletics and Soccer and Track. So I'm going to start with Nicole first here. So if you want to give him here, we'll give you a microphone here. Nicole, how are you?
I'm good.
So you know my cousin Franny, who's like a little sister to me. So I'll put you on the spot here. When you think of Fran, what's the first thing you think of?
I think we both shared similar values, and that's what's brought us so close. Like, we both wanted to win, and unfortunately, our last season didn't go as how we wanted to. But we shared that, like, constant wanting to win, wanting to do better, working on ourselves and stuff like that. So we bonded through that.
And your head coach, Stephanie Prentice, she's been here with me a couple times. What can you say about Stephanie?
She's awesome. She known me for so long. It's crazy. I knew her before she was a head coach. I would always ask her if she had anything for me to do, help go as a goalie, if she needed a goalie or anything. So she knows me very well. She's done so much for me, given me so many opportunities. She's just awesome, and she got named Coach of the Year, which she was well deserved.
Yeah, no, it was huge, and we got to celebrate that with her, which was pretty awesome as well. Madelyn, how are you? You good?
Good.
Doing all right? So, as soon as you said your last name, memories go through my head, and I've known your dad, Eric, for a while.
Yeah.
So, pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
When you think about Dad, what do you think about? First thing that comes to mind.
When I think about my dad,
Yeah, first thing.
basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah.
So you play soccer and track.
Yeah.
Did he try to nudge you in the back, come on now, play a little bit of basketball?
I played a lot of sports. I played basketball at one point too. I just stopped because I liked indoor track better, and it was the same season, so I chose track.
So what is it about track that you love? What calls to you when it comes to track?
The people, it's a great environment at my school. I get along with everyone. My coaches are great. Everyone's supportive, and I just feel welcome.
I love that. And soccer as well.
Soccer is also the same way. I didn't do it last year, but I know all the people on the team. They're all great people. Some of them cross over and do track as well.
So for you, how did soccer come into all this? Was that after track or was it before?
Soccer was before track. I started soccer in middle school. I did it when I was younger, but I stopped, and then I started back up in middle school.
So if you had to choose, your favorite?
Track.
Track? Okay. All right. I can appreciate that. Madison, how are you?
I'm good.
Now, the shirt that you have, as soon as you walked in, I saw it because I actually got one from one of the coaches in the community that I guess was helping out at some of these events and whatnot. Flag football came to our community for the first time ever in Section 3 for girls flag football, Section 3, Division 1. This past season, there were a lot of schools that decided to jump in. Not everyone did, Some people kind of wanted to watch and see, but there were schools that said, no, we're doing it. And I first found out about it from athletics director at CNS, Tim Bednarski, who said to me, hey, when you interview our new head coach for football, I want to kind of just let you know, put a little bug in your ear. We're looking at doing flag football. Pretty sure it's going to get done. I don't know who's going to get involved as far as the schools, but CNS was all about it. What does that mean to you to know that CNS wanted to be one of the first to pioneer girls flag football in our community?
I think it's great. There was a bunch of opportunities, and I wasn't even quite sure if I was going to do it. And when I'm glad I ended up doing it, and it's just so appealing that they have so many options. So I think it's great. There's a bunch of opportunities.
What is it about flag football that you love?
Probably the coaches. The coaches were fun.
Yeah, and we were here just a little while
Yeah.
ago, right? So I got to be around your coaches. How would you describe that atmosphere? Because obviously that was their first year doing it as well.
I think they did a good job of letting us have fun and obviously learning because it was also new to us. But I think we all stayed focused, and I just think they also, like I said, they let us have fun and learn.
Field hockey,
Oh, I love that.
is that number one?
Yeah.
And you're going to Mercy, you're playing field hockey at
Yeah.
Mercy, right?
Yeah.
So what is it about field hockey? Like, when did that start for you?
I started in 7th grade.
7th grade?
Yeah.
Was it an immediate, like, I love this, or did you kind of have to, like, work your way into it?
Oh no, I loved it right away.
What is it about the game that you love?
I don't know. I started off as lacrosse, and then as soon as I tried field hockey, I just loved that more.
So we're going to do something called Tell Me Something Good. Madison, I want you to tell me something good about Madelyn.
She doesn't know me.
She doesn't know you that well?
No.
Well, we're going to get to know each other then. Okay? So this is how we're going to do it. We're going to do it live. So, Madison, I want you to tell me if you had to be described in 3 words, what 3 words would describe you?
I'd say I'm focused,
Focused. That's 1.
funny,
Funny.
and caring.
And caring. All right. Madelyn, give me 3 words for you.
I'd say determined. I don't know, but I lost it. I think I'm pretty straightforward.
Straightforward, determined, okay?
And outgoing.
And outgoing. All right. Nicole, what about you?
I would say competitive, nice, and funny. Pete might disagree though with the funny one, but
Okay. So, but you all train with Pete.
Yeah.
You all spend time with Pete. So, Nicole, I'm going to stick with you on this. Tell me your favorite Pete Moore story.
oh boy, there's so many. There's way too many. I always like joking around with him. We have a very friendly relationship. I always like to make jokes with him, and he gives it right back. But yeah, just like the common back and forth is probably the best part.
If you were going back and forth in like a battle, just who was going to get who, and you were saying stuff to Pete, like joke around trash talk. Who's going to win trash talk between you and Pete?
I would probably say me.
Yeah, Pete picked you.
We practice at the park, and there's this tree there, and he calls me a big head, and he compares my head to the tree, or like, we took a picture together, and he's like, see how big your head is compared to mine, so he always makes fun of me, and I love it.
Okay, so you love it. You like the back and forth. All right, Madelyn, how would you describe Pete?
I just recently started training with Pete,
Okay.
so I've probably been with him for the least amount of time out of everybody here, but he is very motivational.
Okay.
Whenever I'm like down, he always makes sure to like pick me back up and tell me like I could do it.
So, how long have you been training with him?
As soon as he started this session, I started training with him.
Okay, so like, is that a few weeks?
Yeah, it's like 5 weeks maybe?
Yeah, 5 weeks. So, if you could go back in time, having now trained for 5 weeks with Pete, would you do it all over again?
Yes.
So smile. He pushes you. He pushes everybody, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So where has he pushed you the most?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, what is, in the last 5 weeks, what's something that you thought, like, I don't want to do this, or I don't know how this is going to help, and he was like, hey, trust me, this will help you.
The long distance running that we do every morning, I'm a sprinter, so the distance stuff obviously doesn't come easy.
Yeah.
So, and I don't understand how it helps me, but he's made me realize that it's going to help me in the long run.
All right, I like that. Madison, favorite Pete Moore story?
He hates this actually.
Which one to choose?
Probably when I gave him a gum off the floor.
Give him gum off the floor?
He thinks it was dirty, but it wasn't.
Okay.
It
So
was
you
in
gave,
its wrapper. It was in the wrapper.
Oh,
It
in the
wasn't
wrapper.
opened.
Okay. Yeah, you got to start with that. I gave him gum off the floor. A little different. All right.
No, but I do have a favorite memory. We used to go to. Okay, what? Say it. Say it.
Her and her brother
Yeah.
at the park one day.
I'm gonna bring the mic over to you so you can hear me. What'd you say?
We were training one day, and then her brother didn't come on. They go, "I was asked for gum." All of a sudden, she goes, "Oh, we have a piece of gum for you." They go, "Here," and I go, "Oh, thank you. Where'd you get it from?" They go, "On the road." It wasn't over anything. It was closed and everything, but it was on the road. I'm like, you know, but she comes in. It's perfectly fine. Nothing's wrong with it, and it was her and her brother.
And then he got COVID. It's so crazy. But it's not linked. I think we found that out. So that's your favorite Pete story, is giving him gum from the road?
Well, I have a favorite memory.
You have a favorite memory?
Yeah, we used
Okay.
to always go to the field hockey games at Syracuse.
Okay. So
the
he used
car
to go.
rides there, and it was just fun.
So you love that just ride in the car. Some
Yeah.
Quality time. All right. We're gonna play rapid fire. We are gonna get Pete up here, so he is gonna have to say a few words. So y'all better be nice to him. So Madison, your question for me.
What's the furthest you ran, like straight?
Furthest I like just a straight
yeah.
run.
Yeah.
No idea. I'm more like, I do more cardio now than I did as a kid. I did not like running. I played basketball growing up, but I didn't like running on a track. I'm sorry. But because they used to make us do it in school. They were like, and most of the people weren't like track athletes. So they're like, you got to run around the track 4 times to do the mile. And it would be on like a really hot day, and you didn't want to come in last because you don't want people to like make fun of you and laugh, you know what I mean? So growing up, I didn't do it as much. I do it more now, but I guess the better thing to say is like swimming, because I'll stay in the pool, and I like doing underwater, and I like starting at like a really, really far away. I like looking in the pool and picking a far spot and saying, I need to go underwater, not come up once and get to the other side, and then sometimes I'll try and go back and forth. But how far I've ever run flat out, I have no idea. I know that I've done a lot of walk. I know that I did 30,000 steps at Epcot, because when I go down to Disney, I just kind of like walk all day long. So I'll do like 3 days work walking around Epcot or Animal Kingdom or something like that. But I've never done like a 40. So the 40-yard dash, which people don't know, maybe y'all can attest to this, but people think that you can just do it. They think you can just, like, if you've never done a 40-yard dash, they think it's just a straight line running, and that you can just line up and run. And what I've heard from every athlete is deteriorate. Like, you can do so many things to your body unless you've trained for it. So, would you guys agree? Madelyn, would you agree? Have you run a 40? No. All right. Well, when you do, from what I've heard, it's difficult.
Okay.
You gotta put your whole body into it. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the farthest is I've ever run. Madison, my question back to you is, if you took over training, like if Pete said, I'm going on vacation for a week, and you had to take over his training schedule with all these student athletes, tell me how you would describe yourself as a leader. Like, how would you lead for a week?
I feel like, I don't know, I've been training with him for so long that I feel like I would do the same stuff and be disciplined like him, but also because I'm also on the other side of it, I'd probably obviously have fun with it.
Is there anything you would do differently than Pete?
No.
No. Do it the same way.
Yeah.
Pete, that $20 is going a long way right now that you gave her before she came
Longer
in.
breaks.
Love it. Nicole, what's your question for me?
What's your relationship with Pete like?
My relationship with Pete, wow. When I needed a friend at a time, so when COVID started, it was like March 2020, and I was going through a really tough time, and everybody was trapped in their house, and I felt kind of trapped in my own thoughts. I felt trapped in my head, trapped in my home, and I was I got to do something. I can't just be sitting in the house thinking about what's bugging me. And so I got out and I started walking, and I was okay. And then I went to bed, and the next day I was man, I'm still upset. I still feel trapped in my own thoughts. I went out and I did it again. Then I did 10 days, then I did 20, then I did 40, then I did 80, then I did 100, then I did 200. And then I was I'm going to make a year of this, and I just kept going. And it changed my body, and it's the clearest my mind has ever been. So why do I bring that up? Because when I went on those walks, especially in the beginning, I called Pete. And I said to Pete, I was I got all this stuff in my head, man. And I said, this is bothering me. I don't know how to deal with this. I don't know how to work this out. And he gave me tough love. And he always does. And he didn't say it in a mean way. But he was think about this situation. Think about the people in the situation. If they cared about you, if they loved you, would they do this? Would they say this? And he just walked me through it. And I'm sure I repeated myself 1,000 times. And he probably stood and looked at his phone sometimes going, I just told this man 9 times what to do. But anytime you need a friend, anytime you need to be reminded about faith, about God, about goodness, about the fact that there are angels on earth and there are people that are willing to look out for you, asking for nothing in return. The reason why I wanted to do this show tonight, and the reason why I love that man, is because when you need someone, he never makes an excuse, he never says no, and even if we don't talk for a while, I know that he loves me. So that's why I love him. So, you can cry out here. So, all right, my question back to you, Nicole. Good question. If you were putting together a superhero team of your friends, and there's going to be 5 of you, you included, give me the 4 other people that you would want on your superhero team, and tell me your superpower.
Wow. I'd like invisibility, to be honest. That'd be pretty cool.
Okay.
And definitely, I feel if it were coaches-wise, Pete would definitely be on there. He's also a good best friend. Like you said, he's always there for everyone. He shows up every day, no matter what he's been through, and it's just really, inspiring. I feel there's no one like Pete Moore. Everyone clap for Pete Moore. No, but truly he's amazing. I feel no one else does what he does, and he always gives 110% to everyone, treats everyone the same, no matter what age, what sport. So definitely him. And then he also knows my goalie coach. He practiced with her too. Bree Star, she was a goalie at Syracuse. But yeah, those two are one of my, and Coach Prentice as well. They've all done so much for me. I don't know. Probably a couple of my friends too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that you picked the coaches then. What superpower would you give to Pete?
I don't even know. To be funnier than me, maybe? No, I'm just kidding.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Pete's love and care is his superpower.
Yeah,
For-
100%.
All right, Madelyn, you get the last question for me. What do you got?
If you had to listen to one song for the rest of your life and not get tired of it, what song would it be?
It's got to be a Phil Collins song. So there's a song that Phil Collins came out with in 1985, and I didn't know about it until last year. I got a record player years ago, and my record collection is old stuff, new stuff, and so it's Kendrick Lamar, Phil Collins, it's all over the place. And I put on the Phil Collins No Jacket Required record, and the 3rd song on the first side is called Doesn't Anybody Stay Together Anymore. And in 2023, when I listened to it, I heard his words from 85, and I thought, it's like he wrote this knowing that the world was going to be fickle, that people weren't going to be committed, and put in that energy into relationships and that give and take and that compromise and selflessness. It's like he warned us all, don't do it like this. And I think people should listen to the record so that we can start loving each other a little bit better, listen to each other a little bit more, and, you know, understanding that relationships, romantic, coach to player, friendships, business, that you can't just take in a relationship, you have to give. You can't be transactional, you have to be relationship based. So I would say I could probably listen to Phil Collins anything, but that song, In the Air Tonight, best drum solo ever. And there's a song by Steve Perry, who was the lead singer in Journey, and what is it? It's Oh Sherry. Oh Sherry. I just kind of rediscovered that song, so I'd probably say that.
Okay.
Madelyn, my question to you. Since I've interviewed your dad a lot, I want to like see him from a different angle with you. What is like your favorite memory with like your favorite thing? I said like what's the first thing you think about when you think of your dad? We asked that before, but what's your favorite memory with your dad? Like your favorite thing to do with him? Is there like something you do every year together? Like anything that's like part of kind of just the Devendorf family?
Not really. I mean, we go out to eat a lot, and whenever I go out to eat with him, I like to dress out. Usually it's out in Skinny Alice. Like, he likes going out there.
She said you like to dress up.
Yeah.
So you have that like special time with your dad.
Yeah, and usually my sister as well.
Does he dress up? He look good? Put a shirt and tie on?
No, definitely not that.
Come on, Devo. So when you dress up, so what do you like? Just wear, what's your like, I want to dress up, look nice and Skinny Atlas. What does that look like?
Like jeans, a nice shirt, some good shoes.
And Dad is wearing, is he wearing sweatpants?
Sweatpants. No, he's never worn jeans actually.
Eric, I'm going to buy you some dress pants. Okay? See the thing, but you know, doesn't he does so many drives too for people, right? Yeah. He's always helping people out. Mm-hmm. So all jokes aside, he does a tremendous job. I think he did a winter jacket drive before too. Mm-hmm. So my second one to you, kind of a follow-up to this, if you could help the community here in any way, what's something you would want to do for Central New York?
That's a good question. There's a lot. Probably hand out food. Like when I'm in the city with my dad, I hate seeing homeless people like just sitting there. Like I just feel so bad, and it's just like I don't know. I feel so bad. So I would like give them something every time I see them, and like someone always make them have something that they don't usually have.
So make sure that nobody goes to the day without something.
Right.
Knowing that they're loved, seen, appreciated.
Right, even if it's just like saying something and not like giving them something, it's just something to like motivation or something.
So spreading goodness to people.
Right.
Showing love.
Yeah.
We got to clap that up, don't we? Clap up Madelyn for that. That's good stuff. So Madelyn, thank you for that answer. Nicole, thank you for your answers. Madison as well. I'm Dan Tortora. This is Wake Up Call from Heritage Hill North, our exclusive home for our CNS North Stars broadcast, and for when we want to sneak in somebody from Liverpool. Thank you, Madelyn. Appreciate it. So Madelyn, Madison, and Nicole, give them a round of applause one more time.